Hi friends, it's English Insight and I am Manoj Shukla with you. Today, we'll learn a very basic simple grammar lesson. It's absolutely essential for everyone, even from age 7 to age 70. Everyone should learn it, okay? So, let's start the topic. Our topic is types of verbs. We'll see the different types of verbs, okay? It's written here, types of verbs. Basically, the verbs are grouped into two types. One is the auxiliary verb. One is the auxiliary verb, okay? The second one is main verb. The second one is main verb, okay? There are two types of verbs in a verb group, you will say. Suppose this one is a sentence, this one is a sentence, it's not the poem, these are not my fingers, just you see. Suppose I shall have been going, okay? Suppose it's a sentence, I shall have been going, okay? This one is the subject in the sentence and this part is the verb group. This is the predicate in the sentence, okay? There are four verbs in the sentence. There are four verbs in the sentence. There are four verbs in the verb group. Shall have been going, okay? These are the four verbs in this verb group. It's a four-word verb group, okay? But these verbs are of two types, okay? Some of them are called auxiliary verbs and one of them is called the main verb. We'll see which one is the main verb and which ones are the auxiliary verbs, okay? The last one is the main verb. The last one is the main verb. This one is the shall, have, been, going. This one is the main verb and these three are the auxiliary verbs, okay? Shall, have, been. These three are the auxiliary verbs. But all these auxiliary verbs can be again grouped into different categories. We'll see now, okay? So, as I have already told you, different types of verbs are there. So, one is the auxiliary verb, second one is the main verb. The auxiliary verbs again can be divided, can be categorized into two categories, okay? The auxiliary verbs. Some of them are called primary auxiliary verbs. Primary auxiliary verbs, okay? Some of them are called primary auxiliary verbs and some others are called modal auxiliary verbs. Modal auxiliary verbs, okay? We'll see now what the primary auxiliary verbs and what the modal auxiliary verbs. Now we'll zoom in on primary auxiliary verbs and modal auxiliary verbs. Primary auxiliary verbs are again, I'll say, they are of three types, okay? Primary auxiliary verbs are of three types. We'll see what they are. So, some of them are called be verbs. Some of them are called be verbs. Be verb. Some others are called have verbs. Have verbs. Okay? And some others are called do verbs. Okay? So, primary auxiliary verbs are of three types. Some of them are called have verb, some of them called are do verb and some others are called be verb. Be verb, have verb and do verb. These are the three types of primary auxiliary verbs. Okay? So, now we'll see what the be verbs are. Be verbs are basically 8 numbers. Be verbs are of 8 numbers. We'll see what they are. Be verbs are, number 1 is, number 2 am, number 3 are, number 4 was, number 5 were, number 6 be itself, be, okay? Is, am, are, was, were, be. Number 7 being. And the last one is number 8 is been. Been, okay? So be verbs are of 8 numbers. Is, am, are, was, were, be, being, been. These are the be verbs, okay? Now we'll see what the have verbs are. So have verbs are of three numbers, have verbs are of three numbers. So one is have itself, have, okay? Have. Number two is has. Number three is had, okay? These are called have verbs. Have, has, had. These are called have verbs. Number three, we'll see what the do verbs are. The do verbs are of also three numbers. One is the do. The first one is do itself. Number two, did. Okay. Number three, does. Not do, did, done. This is a main verb. But here, do, does, did. Do, did, does. These three verbs are called do verbs. These are primary auxiliary verbs. Okay. Again, I am telling primary auxiliary verbs are of three types. One is the be verb, second one is the have verb, third one is the do verb. The be verbs are is, are, was, were, be, being, been. These 8 verbs are called be verbs, and these 3 verbs have, has, had. These 3 verbs are called have verbs. Okay, and these 3 verbs do, did, does, did. These 3 verbs are called do verbs. All these verbs are primary auxiliary verbs. Now we'll skip to modal auxiliary verbs. Okay, see modal auxiliary verbs. Modal auxiliary verbs are of 30 numbers. There. Will, would, shall, should, may, might, can, could. Okay. Ought to, need, dare, used to, and the last one is most. Okay, these 13 numbers of verbs are called modal auxiliary verbs. Again, I am telling modal auxiliary verbs are of 13 numbers. They have also categories. They can be grouped into different categories. We will see later. But they are of 13 numbers. Will, would, shall, should, may, might, can, could, ought to, need, dare, used to, must. Okay. These 13 numbers of verbs are called modal auxiliary verbs. Now we'll come back to the first sentence as I have already told you, showing my fingers to you. Okay. This one is a sentence, I shall have been going. This one is the subject, and these 4 words are the verbs. It's a 4-word verb group, shall have been going. Going is the main verb, it doesn't have any types. Okay. It's the main verb, it doesn't have any types. So, these 3 verbs, shall have been, these 3 verbs, okay, shall have been, these 3 verbs are called auxiliary verbs. So, we'll say how they are categorized. So, as we have seen, auxiliary verbs are of 2 types. Some of them are called primary auxiliary verbs, and some of those are called modal auxiliary verbs. Okay, shall have been, okay, 3 verbs are there. This one is the shall, okay, see where shall is. This one is the shall. So this is a modal auxiliary verb. Shall is the modal auxiliary verb. Okay. Shall have been. This is going. Leave that. This one is the have and been. Shall have been going. This one is the shall. This is modal. And this one is the have. So where it is have. This is a have verb. This is primary auxiliary verb. Okay. Been. This one is the be verb. Okay. Number 8. See. This one is the been. This is a primary auxiliary verbs. Okay, this is all about the tree diagram. This is a tree diagram of different types of verbs. Okay, I hope you must have enjoyed the lesson. So thank you very much for watching this video. But one request, if you are new to this video, if you are new to this channel, just subscribe it, and you can share also to your nearest and dearest. Bye.